check. Hello, mic check. Checking mic. Checking mic. 1, 2, 3. Mic check. Mic.
Good morning, everyone. We now call this meeting to order for the private conference for three projects, which was published last December 18 to 24, 2024. Before we proceed, may I request the Secretariat to do a roll call of those who are in attendance today to determine if there's a quorum among back members. Please.
Good morning. We would like to acknowledge the presence of the following members of the BAC: Jaime P. Bacran, BAC Chairperson; Grace V. Tua, BAC Vice Chairperson; Loreto C. Balenya Jr., BAC Member; Marian Crisel Jean D. Sagaok, BAC Member; Klein Kevin Filipino, BAC Provisional Member; and Darius N. Mercado, BAC Provisional Member. With 4 regular members present and 2 provisional members, we have a quorum. May we also recognize the presence from the TWG, Donita Rose S.T. Bang, Randall E. Aquino, and Shinji Myoden, and from BAC Secretariat, Elmer G. Silao, and yours truly, Irvet Laura Marie Argos, and that is for our attendance today, sir.
Thank you, Secretariat. For the three project, may I read the brief basic contractual data for the first project with ID number 24OI0159, construction of 4-story, 4 classrooms, school building in Pulanglupa Elementary School, Las Piñas City, with a duration of 150 calendar days, ABC of 19,899,931 pesos and 59 centavos. Major work category, buildings, construction without piles, low-rise, concrete frame 1 to 5 story. For the second project with ID number 24OI0160, construction of 4-story, 4 classroom school building at Las Piñas Science High School, Las Piñas City, with a duration of 150 calendar days. Major work category, buildings, construction without piles, low-rise, concrete frame 1 to 5 stories. And for the third project with ID number 24OI0161, construction of 4-story, 4 classroom school building at Las Piñas Science High School, Las Piñas City, with a duration of 150 calendar days, with ABC of 19,899,992 pesos and 6 centavos. Building, construction without piles, low-rise, concrete frame 1 to 5 story. For the requirement of bidding documents, may I request Engineer Kevin Filipino to read. Please, sir.
Good morning. Here are the requirements of bidding documents. For the technical documents, the following must be submitted: Field of Certificate of Registration and Membership based on GPPB Resolution number 15-2021. If not yet enrolled in the CWA, the following must be submitted: Pickup License and Registration, Statement of all ongoing government and private contracts, SLCC, NFCC computation and statement of total assets and total liabilities, and joint venture agreement if applicable. Next is the bid security using Form DPWH Infra 10, 11, or 12 revised. For the project requirements, the following must be included in the bid: duly initialed organizational chart for the contract using Form DPWH Infra 13. Duly initialed contractors list of key personnel for the contract using Form DPWH Infra 14. Duly initial list of contractors' major equipment using Form DPWH Infra 15, and sworn statement under RA 9184-IRR, Section 25.2b, using Form DPWH Infra 16 revised, and for the additional requirement, the preliminary examination of technical proposal form or checklist may be included. For the financial documents, the following must be submitted: duly signed bid form, duly signed bid prices in the bill of quantities using forms DPWH Infra 17 and 18, duly initial detailed estimates including a summary sheet indicating the unit prices of construction materials, labor rates, and equipment rentals used, duly initial cash flow by quarter using form DPWH Infra 19, and for the additional requirement, the preliminary examination of financial documents form or checklist may be included in the bid. For the documents to be submitted by the contractor, the bidding requirements. The bidding for the project shall be governed by all the provisions of RA number 9184 and its 2016 revised IRR, including its generic procurement manual and associated policies, rules, and regulations as the primary source thereof, while the herein clauses shall serve as a secondary source thereof. Any amendments made to the IRR and other GPPB issuances shall be applicable only to ongoing posting, advertisement, or invitation to bid by the BAC through the issuance of a supplemental or bid bulletin. The bidder, by the act of submitting its bid, shall be deemed to have inspected the site, determined the general characteristics of the contracted works, and the conditions for this project, such as the location and the nature of the work, climatic conditions, transportation facilities, nature and condition of the terrain, geological conditions of the site communication facilities, requirements, location, and availability of construction aggregates and other materials, labor, water, electric power and access roads, and other factors that may affect the cost, duration, and execution or implementation of the contract, project, or work, and examine all instructions, forms, terms, and project requirements in the bidding documents. The eligible bidders. Only bids of bidders found to be legally, technically, and financially capable will be evaluated. The bidder must have an experience of having completed a single largest completed contract or SLCC that is similar to this project, equivalent to at least 50% of the ABC adjusted, if necessary, by the bidder to current prices using the PSA CPI, except under conditions provided for in section 23.4.2.4 of the 2016 revised IRR of RA number 9184. A contract is considered to be similar to the contract to be bid if it has the major categories of work stated in the BDS. The bidder shall comply with the eligibility criteria under section 23.4.2 of the 2016 IRR of RA number 9184. For the clarification and amendment of bidding documents, prospective bidders may request for clarification on and/or interpretation of any part of the bidding documents. Such requests must be in writing and received by the procuring entity either at its given address or through electronic mail indicated in the IB at least 10 calendar days before the deadline set for the submission and receipt of bid. For the documents comprising the bid, eligibility, and technical components. The first envelope shall contain the eligibility and technical documents of the bid, as specified in Section 9, Checklist of Technical and Financial Documents. A valid pickup license is required, and in case of joint ventures, a valid special pickup license and registration for the type and cost of the contract for this project. Any additional type of contractor license or permit shall be indicated in the BDS. A list of contractors' key personnel, example, project manager, project engineers, materials engineers, safety officer, and foreman assigned to the contract to be bid, with their complete qualification and experience data shall be provided. For the minimum years of experience for the key personnel. For project manager, the minimum years of similar experience of same position and the minimum years of total work experience of same position is 5 years. For the project engineer, the requirement, minimum years of similar experience for same position and the minimum years of total work experience of same position, he or she must be at least an accredited contractors and consultants probational project engineer based on DEO 148 series of 2024. For the foreman, the minimum years of similar experience of same position and the minimum years of total work experience of same position is also 5 years. The materials engineer is required to be at least an accredited materials engineer 1 for the minimum years of similar experience experience of same position and the minimum years of total work experience of same position. For the safety officer, he or she must be a construction safety and health certificate holder. A list of contractors' major equipment units which are owned, leased, and/or under purchase agreements supported by proof of ownership or certification of availability of equipment from the equipment lessor or vendor for the duration of the project. Here's the minimum equipment to be used for the following contracts. For contract ID number 24 OI0159, the bidder is required to provide 1 unit of the following equipment: dump truck, backhoe, concrete, cargo service truck, and backhoe with breaker. For contract ID number 24OI0160, 1 unit of the following equipment is required: dump truck, backhoe, concrete, cargo service truck, and backhoe with breaker. For contract ID number 24OI0161, 1 unit of the following equipment must be provided: dump truck, backhoe, and concrete. For the documents comprising the bid, financial component, the second bid envelope shall contain the financial documents for the bid as specified in Section 9, checklist of technical and financial documents. Any bid exceeding the ABC indicated in paragraph 1 of the IB shall not be accepted. For the bid security, the bidder shall submit a bid securing declaration or any form of bid security in the amount indicated in the BDS, which shall be not less than a percentage of the ABC in accordance with the schedule in the BDS. The bid and bid security shall be valid 120 calendar days after opening of bid. Any bid not accompanied by an acceptable bid security shall be rejected by the procuring entity as non-responsive. For the sealing and marking of bids, each bidder shall submit 1 copy of the first and second components of its bid. The procuring entity may request additional hard copies and/or electronic copies of the bid. However, failure of the bidders to comply with the said request shall not be a ground for disqualification. If the procuring entity allows the submission of bids through online submission to the given website or any other electronic means, the bidder shall submit an electronic copy of its bid. An electronic copy that cannot be opened or is corrupted shall be considered non-responsive and thus automatically disqualified. For the opening and preliminary examination of bids, the BAC shall open the bids in public at the time, on the date, and at the place specified in paragraph 9 of the IB. The bidder's representatives who are present shall sign a register evidencing their attendance. In case the bids cannot be opened as scheduled due to justifiable reasons, rescheduling requirements under Section 29 of the 2016 revised IRR of RA number 9184 shall prevail. Section 30 of the 2016 revised IRR of RA number 9184 shall govern the preliminary examination of bids. For the detailed evaluation and comparison of bids, the procuring entity's BAC shall immediately conduct a detailed evaluation of all bids rated passed using non-discretionary pass or fail criteria. The BAC shall consider the conditions in the evaluation of bids under Section 32.2 of 2016 revised IRR of RA number 9184. Section 32.2.1 of 2016 revised IRR of RA number 9184 for the completeness of the bid. Unless the instructions to bidders specifically allow partial bids, bids not addressing or providing all of the required items in the bidding documents, including, where applicable, bill of quantities, will be considered non-responsive and thus automatically disqualified. In this regard, where a required item is provided but no price is indicated, the same shall be considered as non-responsive. But specifying a 0 or a dash for the said item would mean that it is being offered for free to the government, except those required by law or regulations to be provided for. For the post-qualification, within an unextendable period of 5 calendar days from the receipt by the bidder of the notice from the BAC that is submitted the lowest calculated bid, the bidder shall submit its latest income and business tax returns filed and paid through the BIR electronic filing and payment system, and other appropriate licenses and permits required by law and stated in the BDS. For our timelines, the last day of clarification or query is on December 29, 2024, which is 10 days before the deadline of receipt of bid. For the deadline of receipt of bid, it's at 8 a.m. of January 8, 2025, and the opening of bids will immediately follow after the deadline of submission or receipt of bids.
Thank you, Sir Kevin Filipino. Any question and comments from the bidders? Thank you to those who attended this pre-bid conference.